The most harrowing details from Sean Diddy Combs' criminal case. Sean Diddy Combs is due to go to trial on sex trafficking and racketeering charges in May 2025. He has pleaded not guilty on all counts amid a pileup of shocking allegations. Federal prosecutors maintain there's no way out for Sean Diddy Combs. Apart from the accusations detailed against him in numerous lawsuits, the Bad Boy Records founder has pleaded not guilty to a count apiece of racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking, each of which carries a maximum sentence of life in prison, as well as one count of transportation for purposes of prostitution. But authorities have said that Combs' arrest on September 16th was only the latest step in their quest to bring the 55-year-old to justice for more than a decade's worth of alleged crimes, and that their investigation is far from over. Between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct, Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, said in detailing the charges against the rapper during a September 17th press conference. Combs stands accused, Williams said, of using a vast network of employees within his business empire and other associates to cover up crimes including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways, the prosecutor continued, using force, threats of force and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers. Those gatherings were known in Combs' world as freak-offs, the indictment further alleged. Sometimes they'd last for days, Williams said, and often involved Combs doling out drugs including ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Combs' attorney Mark Agnifilo, calling his client an imperfect person, but not a criminal, said in a statement in response to the charges that they were disappointed by the decision to move forward with an unjust prosecution. Agnifilo emphasized that Combs had cooperated so far, including by traveling to New York in anticipation of being charged. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts, the lawyer added. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. So far, Combs has been denied bail 3 times, and he remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. During an October 10 status hearing, Judge Arun Subramanian set Combs' trial for May 5, 2025. Asked how long she expected the trial to last, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson estimated 3 weeks, but also told the judge that Combs might face a superseding indictment that could result in more charges being filed against him. In a since deleted social media post last December, Combs denied doing any of the awful things being alleged. After multiple lawsuits were filed against him alleging sexual assault and other misconduct, starting with a complaint brought by his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura last November. The two parties announced a settlement the day after her suit was filed, Combs' attorney noting the move was not an admission of wrongdoing. While the lawsuit's depiction of his relationship with Cassie was disturbing, it was only the beginning. Asked by reporters why it took so long for authorities to investigate Combs, U.S. Attorney Williams said, "I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today and we are committed to making sure that justice is done." Here are the most harrowing details to come out of these criminal proceedings so far. Sean Diddy Combs remanded. After Sean Diddy Combs pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges on September 17th, his legal team proposed a $50 million bond package that included equity in his Miami home and his mother's house, as well as limited his travel to within certain parts of Florida, New York, and New Jersey. The defense also offered, per a letter obtained by E! News, to walk the court through a series of actions taken by Mr. Combs over the past 6 months that prove that he is not a risk of flight or a danger to anyone in the community. U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin F. Tarnofsky rejected the package and ordered that Combs be remanded without bail. He remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn in a special unit that's housed a number of high-profile inmates. Combs' lawyer says rapper is getting treatment and therapy. He is not a perfect person, Combs' attorney Mark Agnifilo told the court, per NBC New York. There has been drug use. He has been in toxic relationships. Therefore, he added, his client was getting treatment and therapy for things T. Combs creates a slippery situation. More than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and personal lubricant were seized during the March 2024 raids on Combs' LA and Miami homes, according to the 14-page indictment unsealed September 17. Per the indictment, the oil and lube were stockpiled for use in so-called freak-offs, the term Combs used for gatherings in which he allegedly orchestrated sexual encounters between women he coerced and threatened into doing his bidding and male sex workers. "I don't know where the number 1,000 came," his attorney Agnifilo said in the TMZ documentary The Downfall of Diddy, the indictment, which premiered September 27. Pondering out loud why anyone would need so much, the lawyer added, "He has a big house, he buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home." Costco, meanwhile, wanted no part of it, telling TMZ in a statement that none of its U.S. stores carry baby oil. Alleged Combs texts read in court. In May 2024, CNN published a clip of hotel surveillance video from 2016 that appeared to show Combs attacking his then-girlfriend Cassie, born Cassandra Ventura. The assault matched up with an alleged incident detailed in the lawsuit she filed against Combs on November 16, 2023. Both parties announced a settlement the next day. "I was fed up. I hit rock bottom," Combs said in a video posted to Instagram in response to the footage. "But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video." He had gone to therapy and rehab since, he added, and was committed to be a better man each and every day. During the September 18 hearing on Combs' second request for bail, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson said, per NBC News, that Combs allegedly sent a text in the days following the assault that read, "Call me, the cops are here." Another read, "I have 6 kids. Call, I'm surrounded." Johnson did not say Cassie's name in court. She said that Combs' victim replied via text, "Sick, you think it's okay to do what you've done." Bail was once again denied, this time by U.S. District Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr. The Combs case is set for trial. On October 3, the Combs case was reassigned to Judge Arun Subramanian because Carter was unable to accommodate a trial date. During an October 10 status hearing, Subramanian set a trial date of May 5, 2025. Prosecutor Johnson told the judge she expected the trial to last roughly 3 weeks, but said there was still the possibility that a superseding indictment could lead to more charges against Combs. Agnifilo said in court they'd need about a week to put on their case. Meanwhile, the attorney said in the TMZ doc that Combs was looking forward to testifying in his own defense. "I don't know that I could keep him off the stand," Agnifilo said. "I think he is very eager to tell his story." Combs accused of attempting to contact witnesses. Prosecutors alleged in a November 15 court filing that Combs arranged to pay off fellow inmates to use their phone privileges, showing his disregard for jailhouse rules, and arranged 3-way calls to contact his associates in an attempt to obstruct the criminal case against him. The defendant has demonstrated an uncanny ability to get others to do his bidding, employees, family members, and MDC inmates alike, the filing alleged, per the New York Times. In their third bid for bail, which was ultimately rejected, Combs' legal team argued in a November filing that the government's case was thin and that contacting potential witnesses to aid Combs' defense does not amount to obstruction or evidence any risk of obstruction. Prosecutors get notes from Combs' cell, alleging a violation of attorney-client privilege and calling it a complete institutional failure, per the Times. Combs' attorney Agnifilo objected during a November 19 court appearance to the prosecution's use of handwritten notes that were removed from the defendant's cell during a sweep of the jail to bolster its argument against bail. The contents of the notes were redacted from the public record, but prosecutors said in court that some of Combs' writing suggested he was trying to obstruct their case. The prosecution also countered in court papers that the jail sweep was pre-planned and did not target Combs, and that the notes were first reviewed by a team from the U.S. Attorney's Office to filter out any privileged material. Agnifilo argued that the notes reviewed by the prosecution were among the papers Combs regularly brought with him to meetings with his attorneys. Judge Subramanian ordered prosecutors to delete photos of the notes from their files.